What's up? So, this is a little bit of an informality, and I know that. I apologize. But I wanted to bring to your attention something that's really important. Two cool things that just happened. Number one, there is another channel that you can go participate and watch. It is all things podcast related. We're going to be posting all of our podcast episodes over on that channel. We noticed there's a decline, and YouTube has it set up to where there's a certain algorithm for certain things, and because of that, it doesn't allow different types of content to thrive. And since Andrew and I both enjoy doing the podcast, and we want to see it grow, we want to see it do well, we're gonna make a separate channel for that. So, with that in mind, the podcast that you're watching right now is actually live with its first debut on the other channel, so go check that out there. And if you prefer to listen to the audio, you think it's easier to pull it up on a desktop and just listen to it while you're doing some work or some school even, then you can go check us out on Spotify. I just figured out how to upload everything onto Spotify. I've been reframing the thumbnails and putting it up there so you guys can watch that and participate in that content there. Obviously, if you like the way we're doing it here, then by all means stay here and hang out. Well, I say here, go check out the Final Cut podcast. Dude, this junk's gonna get crazy quick because I don't know which channel to tag. I mean, dude, we got 3 channels going on right now. We got the business page, we have the Wheeler Bros page, and now we got the podcast page, man. Woo! Yeah. Hey, but it's worth it. We're having fun. That's what really matters. In this episode, me and Wyatt, a friend of mine, we basically talk about his first video on the channel. We got him on board with recording at Florence Motor Speedway. Actually, one of our last videos there. And I brought him out there just to see if he would like recording and doing photos and stuff like that. That is something that he mentioned to me in passing, that's what he enjoyed. So I figured it'd be a cool opportunity to incorporate him there. And as far as I'm aware, he had some fun. So that's all that really matters. So enjoy the episode. Go check out Final Cut, and I'll see you guys in the next up and coming videos. Love you guys.
What's up, Wheeler Bros, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Final Cut, the place dedicated to all things behind the scenes, all things Wheeler Bros, and all things stories, trying to give it all their final cut. This is our mini intern, also known as
Wyatt or Wyatt.
Wyatt. Mm-hmm. He's a good friend of ours, and one of his favorite hobbies is photography, videography, so we figured that getting him into recording was a great opportunity. And the first one that came up was our last video at Florence Motor Speedway. We got an opportunity to go out there and record. Took a bunch of pictures just of random cars and stuff like that. You mind talking about the day? Is there something specific, something fun that you had fun doing, or?
Oh yeah. I think being in the right there in the middle.
Yeah.
And, really close to the cars is super scary at first, but it's fun. And the only reason I say it's scary is because that guy, he flew by us and the hood flew off the front of his car, and it was coming at me, dude. It was coming at me, and I was like,
yeah. I just stood there.
Yeah, and you didn't even get it on camera.
No, and the funniest part was there was some redneck spectator guy right there. He was just like, "You didn't see that, did you? Because you sitting there on your camera, you ain't paying attention." And
he said that?
Yeah, I was just sitting there. I was like, "No, I saw it. It didn't hit me."
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, 2 weekends before that, I had a huge crash right in front of me, about from me to you, the chair.
I think you showed me that video.
Yeah, and I could have touched the front end as it stapled my hand to the, to the thing. So by the time that happened, I was like, meh. Tis but a discus. I could have caught that and handed it to him or something.
Oh yeah.
But no, overall, that was your first time doing pictures and videos for is there anything that you've done before that, or that was just your first experience?
Well, at home we have a lot of trees and a lot of flowers and stuff, so I'd like to take pictures of flowers, trees,
Nature based.
Yeah, stuff like that. And if I could find an animal, I would. I found a couple birds, pictures of birds.
Speaking
That
about
was
that,
kind of my
the
first
only
thing.
thing I haven't taken a picture of that I want to take a picture of is a bunny, but those
Really?
book it, and I'm trying to.
I could probably find one
There's a bunch
Get 'em
around
on
here
the
now.
house.
I keep seeing them all the time. They cut across the road all the time, but
Yeah.
like never want to have a camera, which
I
is really
think doing
stupid.
like deer photography would be fun.
That would be cool too.
I
Go
would
out
love
in a
to do
deer
that.
stand somewhere, mount up a camera.
It would have to be during the day.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the only thing that stinks. I mean, I literally saw deers last night.
I don't like going out.
It's hard
at
to see
night.
them during the day, dude. I
Yeah.
remember the last like really big one I saw. I was like 4 outside during the day.
Forever ago now.
Uh-huh.
How old are you?
15.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So too long.
So, what was your favorite part about?
Man, it was honestly watching the race. Just, being there really close to the cars.
Was that your first race that you've been to, or have you been to ones before?
The closest thing I've been to like a race is a tractor pull,
Tractable. Okay.
and that's not even considered a race. I mean, yeah, it is, but like not on that scale.
I mean, yeah, I would argue that that's a race, but
Yeah.
it's distant based, not based off of like longevity.
Exactly. I really enjoyed the race for sure. And taking photos was really fun.
We should have brought you to the Lakeview Speedway tractor pull video. That was a fun one that we did.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that a lot of stuff has changed since the video that you showed me that you were there for that like old video way back when.
Yeah.
And that one that we just did, like there's a couple $1,000s worth of parts that go into those diesel machines, and that's just like the one that you showed me was like a Snapper or a John Deere.
I think my grandpa like competed in that.
In that one?
Step grandpa.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was like what, 12 years ago? Long time, dude.
Holy.
Long time.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't nothing crazy,
Well, I mean, horsepower.
but it was cool.
Anything can go wrong at that point.
One of the best things that happened while I was at the tractor pool is I was really hungry. I went to the car and looked in my dad's wallet. He was like, "I don't have any money right now," and I was like, "Oh," but then I just like started searching. I opened a pocket, dude. There was over $100 in that pocket.
I'm about to go buy me some skills.
Like he didn't even know it was there. He didn't know it was there at all. Like he had lost that money in his wallet.
Nice.
And I was like, dude, yes.
Can I go get me a hot dog now?
Exactly. That's what I did. Oh, I had a bad experience. Wait, no, was that a tractor pool? Was that just like an event? I don't know. But I've had some bad experiences there too.
So I know that we don't record there anymore. Just because we haven't had an opportunity to. We focus more on our racing career. But I have gone to Lakeview Speedway to record dirt track racing, and found out that there was like these little pedestal things that you can stand on to record from. I think that may make a difference because, like what you were saying earlier about being really close to the cars, you're not close to the car, but you can still get a clean angle.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the hardest thing for you and I both, because we changed our perspectives up. We were down there on turn 1 and 2, and then we were at the top of turn 1 and 2. Which one do you think was better? Which one did you like more? Was the top angle cool? Like you could lean over the side and take
what
pictures.
I was thinking. Because I had a really cool side shot, like just like this,
Right?
like straight. They were straight with the wall, and it
Seeing
just
how
looked
close
really cool.
they get. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was one of the best shots I got. Maybe not, but I really liked it.
I
That
know
was
that
one of the photos I really liked.
I know that your camera was better at photos versus video,
Way better.
so we kind of just like split.
Yeah.
I started doing more video stuff with the microphone stuff that I had, and then you just like kept taking a bunch of the
Your
pictures.
stuff started running out of battery too.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is now that I have that other camera, I have like 2 batteries, plus the one that's in there.
Yeah.
So that I haven't gotten a chance to do that since then.
Dude, the
I've always wanted to see that.
video on that camera is horrid. Mine. I'm talking about mine. No,
You shooting like 360p.
dude. Stinking 1990s camera.
It looks like that old camera that you hold and you had to like wind it. The film one.
Dude.
Yeah.
It would like the colors were horrible too.
I could have got around that because I can do a lot of color grading stuff.
Yeah.
But
Can't help that resolution.
No.
There's no way, dude.
You can't dig that one out, unfortunately.
That was bad.
Yeah, it was so bad I didn't even like touch it. At a certain point, we went back and watched it just to see if you've got a couple wrecks on camera to see if you did, and we couldn't tell.
It was
if we did.
laughable.
Yeah, it was definitely a funny experience, that's for sure.
I mean, the times that like I got them, like it's really bad. Like they were cool. It was cool wrecks. Not cool that they wrecked, but it was cool on video.
Yeah,
But I didn't get it because the camera quality's so crap.
it's cool to go back and look at stuff like that, but
Mhm.
it's kind of scary that it happened. Like I
Mhm.
remember one of the wrecks that we were there for, or that I was there for, that
Yeah.
I watched in person, was it was at it was like the 250 race that Florence Motor Speedway hosts.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that one was off the top of my head. Let's see if I can find it. But I know that there was some guy that just like straight up generally jumped the track.
What? Really?
Yeah, he was in the process of trying to make the turn, and it just like, I don't know if there was some. I was gonna talk to the guy because I wanted to get his input on it.
Yeah.
But I felt like while he was working on and like trying to fix his late model stock car, it just wasn't appropriate. Here, let me take this over here actually. So I guess while I'm looking this up, you want to talk about like something I want to know is
What's up?
we do lots of racing content
Right.
outside of like cars.
Mhm.
Would you be interested in recording for us?
I would.
Like Big Buck or Camp Coker?
I'd do that.
So, what would you like? What would you like more? Like, do you prefer to like in a stationary location where people could be like coming by you or something like that, or like have you seen some of the shots that we do?
Oh yeah.
Like, what would work better for you? What would make you comfortable that you would enjoy?
Probably stationary.
Okay.
Just like one spot.
And just
Let
like
people ride by me.
let people right by you.
Yeah.
So I actually have this video pulled up now. I wanted to basically show some of the wrecks and stuff that happened that weekend.
Yeah.
That we were there, or that weekend that I tried to record for that big event, just so in case you guys hadn't seen it. So this is the Florence 250 and the Florence 400, and yeah.
Let's watch it.
I believe this should segue right into the 250. Sideways.
I look back.
Dang. Yeah, this is the wreck I was talking about.
Oh my. I wonder what went wrong.
There's also a bunch of wrecks that happened later on in that night.
Yeah.
That was just like crazy. Hoods came off and all kinds of stuff like that. This was actually the race that I had that big wreck that I got on camera.
Didn't during the race we were at, a couple people went off the track.
This is it. That's me down there. Right. Hold on. Right here is me. I was so close to that race or that wreck.
Oh, you really were.
And behind them, the spotters were warning the drivers of the carnage on the inside of turn 1. Junior never got a scratch on that race car.
Look at how close this is.
Dude, that's scarier than the hood.
Yeah.
Got a lot
Tell
of
me
people
about it.
involved in that. Hoffman got stuck in it. People are going around. Dale didn't get involved. Number 99 hit it. We got the
Yeah, no, like lots of crazy stuff happened. And
Wow.
like that's not the sole reason why I like recording at Florence Motor Speedway, because obviously I enjoy watching people like Doug Barnes and Landon Huffman, even the guy that was in that wreck, Trent Barnes, I think it's Trent Barnes, Doug Barnes' brother. I like watching them. Those are content creators that I support outside of just the racetrack. Like
Yeah.
I've watched their videos and stuff like that, and it's cool to watch them compete. So to see stuff like that
Oh,
while
yeah.
you're there is kind of like a plus one,
Oh yeah.
Like it's a cool experience to see, but obviously it does suck because it's people wrecking.
Yeah, that is a big downside. I know, like, I can't remember what it was. Didn't a car catch on fire?
Yeah.
I remember that. I think it
Yeah,
was the orange car.
The hood, after it came off, there was smoke coming out of it.
Yeah.
Where it just like something lit underneath the hood for some reason. I don't know what it was. That's actually one of our viewer/friends at the racetrack, Chase Scarpelli. That's him and his pop's car.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that, and I believe the 97 that has the little like snowman on the back of it.
Yeah.
That's also their car as well. So yeah, it was kind of scary to see that, especially since we knew who it was.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's anybody, you know. It's like watching little kids wreck. Like that's scary.
Didn't a couple of them go off the track?
Yeah, there was
Like 3 or 4 of them.
that, and also in practice while we were there.
Can't remember what it was, but I know
I think
something happened.
someone spun out. I don't remember if it was Cam or if it was someone else that was in his class, but somehow they got turned around exiting 3 and 4 and just hit the wall, and like the rear end was messed up.
Did he race?
I can't remember if he did or didn't that one. I think he did. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it. But that's one of the things I hate the most about recording in an atmosphere where there's little children racing. Because I don't like watching them wreck.
Yeah.
Nor do I like the aftermath, because then they're upset, they're crying, and I feel bad because that's like their weekend.
Yeah,
it's done. And that's for any realm.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Like
100%.
Isaiah, the guy that we were talking about last podcast. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that or not yet. But he the couple times that we met him, he hit a stump at the Mountaineer race and like broke his frame, and then at Big Buck 2022, I believe, he bent his axle. So as he was coming through the pits, we saw him and met him there, which that was a cool opportunity, cool experience, but like that sucks because that he drove 9 hours to be there just for it to break on his first lap. And that's the part that most people don't necessarily talk about the most, is like that's it.
Yeah.
And it's sad to look at it that way, but it's the truth.
It's an expensive hobby, man.
Very much so.
Like really, like I mean, they're putting thousands of dollars into it, and then for you to just mess it up, person's emotions are, crazy. They're sad.
Yeah.
And they're hurt by that. So
yeah. What'd you say? Turn the temp up. Like everywhere.
Cause another one is on.
Here, I'll turn the fan to auto because I put it to 69 in here and it's currently at 70. Cool. All right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It's a very expensive hobby and it's sad watching that. But I mean, it's just like anything else in life. It's not if, it's when. There is, you don't really plan for a wreck. You just kind of hope that your equipment's good enough to put you through it. Like especially on ATVs, like the same track that you've run time and time again is completely different the next time you run through it, and you can clip a tree, you can go flying off into the woods, and stuff like that. Like I rode the same track at my house, like since I was 7 up until your age when I got my 250. And no matter how many times I've ran it, I've always once in a while slipped up and had an issue. My knee slipped off. I got drawn underneath the bike. I tore stuff in my knee before my Mountaineer race debut. I've hit a tree. I hit a tree and the top of the tree fell out of it and almost hit me. That would have hurt. Like
big time.
There's plenty of stuff that happens in an uncontrolled environment like that.
It's unpredictable.
That's probably the only thing I don't like about recording races. I mean, obviously it's cool to get it on camera so you can show people, be like, hey, this was you, if you want to publicize about it, because PR is PR, it's good for exposure. But it sucks.
For some reason people like seeing other people get hurt.
Yeah,
quite often.
I think it's because it's not them.
Yeah,
it'd be a different scenario if someone was like, I want to watch you get hurt. And you're like, what the heck, dude? Psychopath. Like that would be crazy. Like all right, so I'm gonna give the floor to you. I want to know likes, dislikes, what you would like to do moving forward, recording wise.
Okay. I love doing the photography, right?
Right.
There is one downside to it though, is that my camera is not like top quality, so that makes it harder, And I want to
Right.
be able to do it more, but it is just kind of hard to do it with a cheaper camera.
I mean, you could always ask me.
But that's okay.
I can lend it to you.
You need to start off with something, of course.
Sure.
You
We
know,
started with a Hero 3 that looked like we were recording in a fishbowl.
I used that to record a video actually.
I mean, that's
Um,
just where you have to start,
I was recording moped video.
with the 3 that we gave you.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I broke something inside of the Hero because it did not work and I could not get footage off of it. I don't know why.
Did it fall or drop or anything?
Yeah. So, I attached it to the front of the moped, like using the sticker
Did you
thingy you gave
crash?
me.
Did you crash?
The paint was healing
It just ripped off.
and it just boom, doom, doom. And I made a video, like a whole video, and I added sound effects and stuff. I hadn't showed that to you, but I thought that was hilarious.
You're definitely
Really.
gonna have to now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna have to find it.
that junk's funny.
I think it's in my files somewhere.
Yeah, you can technically take the SD card out and use an SD card reader.
Yeah.
That's a good way to bypass that. I figured that out more. Like they have like dongles and stuff that you can plug into computers for that.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's crazy. I don't know how I didn't know that.
I don't think I told you.
I wouldn't. I don't think so.
It wouldn't surprise me because I just kind of kept that a secret. And dude, I would sit there and edit at my desk and be like, just laughing, dude. Once I figured out how to get it, editing software on my PC, oh my goodness.
Have you tried DaVinci? DaVinci's
I
free.
have. Yeah, it's pretty good. I was just annoyed that my video downloader wouldn't work. That was really annoying. I had to use the Xbox game bar in order to record stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that because I use Streamlabs to record all my stuff, which you have more accessibility to change the bitrate and stuff around,
Mhm.
so it's a little bit easier to mess around
I was
with.
thinking about using that like VC downloader thing.
I haven't heard of that one. The
I
ones that
forgot what
I'm
it's called.
more familiar with is like OBS for like live streaming, and then Streamlabs obviously because this is also an OBS software as
Yeah.
well.
Honestly, I'm going to say this. I would like to record races because I think that's fun. But I would also like to try and participate.
In a race,
Mm-hmm.
ooh,
Because, I've been
going to the gym, practicing here.
riding. The gym, I'm trying. Okay? It's tough. And I think everyone can agree,
What'd you say? Consistency was key.
Yeah. You literally said that last podcast. You said the name of the game is consistency.
Well, that's it. That's what it is for racing. I mean, you're legit in a 2-hour atmosphere where it's just like go until you can't or
Yeah.
until you break something kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that would also mean that you'd have to get a Fuller, which budgeting wise at your age is kind of a hard thing to do.
It's expensive. And like I told you earlier, I've kind of set my path on a different thing.
Buy a guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a nice
Mhm,
guitar though.
mhm.
I like it.
That was just one of the ones. Like, I'm gonna have to like go. I know this is off topic, but I'm gonna have to
Oh,
go to like Guitar Center,
right,
and I'm gonna have to like play different ones.
just to get a feel for it.
Yeah, because that's what you have to do. And sometimes they'll have the expensive ones locked up because they don't want you dropping stuff at all.
Grab and run off with it.
My dad, he put a guitar on the wall, and it like propped up on the case, and he didn't know it. And we walked over to the guitar he wanted, and all we heard is boom, and we turn around like this, and everyone else in the store turns around and they look at the guitar that's on the ground because it fell face forward, and they all walk over there. Like 4 people are over there, just like within the range that they could see
The
it.
vicinity.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, it looks okay." That's what the store worker said. He's like, "Well, it looks okay."
Man.
And then he just put it back up and left. And then when me and Dad walked back over to the other guitar, he was like, "I'm definitely not getting that one now."
I mean, to be fair, that's something you couldn't have planned for. It just like you hooked
No.
it on something and it just fell off.
It was $700.
Mm.
It wasn't cheap. Well,
Mm.
no, it might have been 500.
Mm.
The one he ended up getting, I think, was 500.
That's still a lot of money though, just for it to like.
Yeah, and then the of course, very top they had like the $3,600 guitars
Good God, yeah.
that are locked. They have locks on them because well,
There's a freaking velvet rope up there that you can't get past. Just welcome, sir.
it would stink if one of those just like somehow
Could you
unlocked
imagine if
and
they
just
like fell?
shoo,
Yeah, just
bam,
fell
neck
off the top.
snaps.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, they could be paying for that one.
I ain't paying for that one. Nope. But no, it's. I feel like that's the main reason why most people don't want to do it anymore. Is because it's a big expensive hobby.
It is. It really is.
Like there was a trend on TikTok for a while of people talking, or like someone did a voice overlay talking about I'm not the best, or no, he was like, they said something along the lines of like, I may not be the best person ever, like racing wise, but he was like, but I win a lot of races in local series circuit and stuff like that. I just don't have the big budget to get to these big expensive races where people can
Yeah.
like get exposure. And that's also been a most recently I did like a like trading cards, and I made one for one of the racing guys. He reached out to me and he wanted a couple. And when I gave it to him, his pops was talking to me and he's like, "Dude, I appreciate you for like focusing on the amateurs, not just the pro, because like it's the
Yeah.
XC1, the XC2. Those guys are like the best of the best kind of thing. And then everyone below that is still classified as an amateur, even though I classify them as pros because they're the PM riders. They're better.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was crazy to me to for someone to tell me that, because like in my head I'm like, these are pro people. I think they're cool. Like they're out of my league kind of thing, like upper echelon style stuff. And for them just to be like, thank you. I was like, what? I wasn't expecting that. I mean, obviously it's nice to be appreciated for what you're doing. And I'm not saying that I don't not feel appreciated by other people, but it just like, it caught me off guard, because how I hold them standard wise is how people view us in YouTube, and how like people younger than you view you. Like no matter where you get in life, there's always a social hierarchy where you're even if you're at the top, there's people looking up to you, and there's people that that you talk to and interact with that are like, thank you. And it was just it was my first starstruck experience to be like, we haven't made it yet, we're not cool, but we are,
Mhm.
and that's something weird to get used to, because my whole thing is like I don't think that we're the best by no means, but some people do. Some people think we're cool. So
Yeah.
that was cool to get used to. So that's also something that you would experience while you're there. That was the whole point of that. That was the whole point of that segue.
Yeah.
Is that something like as soon as you rep the name Wheeler Bros, it carries some weight to it now. People know who we are, which is cool. We spent 3 years working to get that, and then it's just like, I know who you are. Like I got stickers from a company locally, and they knew who I was before I met them, because I have my stickers on other people's cars and other people's four wheelers. They're like, "That's you?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "No way." I was like, I mean, yeah, woo, but like, I wasn't expecting that. That's something to get used to. So if you're comfortable with recording and racing and doing stuff like that at that level, might as well throw our name on it. Help you out.
It's cool when someone like higher than you like looks down on you like,
You did good, kid.
You did good.
You did good.
yeah. That's always awesome. It feels great. It really does.
Every time.
Oh yeah.
Especially when it's people older than you, like what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I definitely wasn't expecting that. But they're also my big hitters out there as well. Well, do you have anything you want to talk about Florence Motor Speedway, racing, recording, anything like that?
I don't know. I'm thinking because sometimes I gotta process.
Yeah.
I have a lot of odd moments where I'm like, my brain is just like,
like the dog meme. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like trying to like think of stuff, you know?
Because I mean, realistically, there wasn't much that happened that day. I mean, other than us almost getting hit by the hood, and then we left out a little bit early because, you know, it got hot and we didn't want to stay the full time because they were like going to be there till 10 o'clock at night. And
Yeah, dude.
after getting sunburnt and staying there all day, it was kind of just like
That sunburnt was horrible, dude.
that was also back when you had long hair.
I know. I was about to mention that. I was like, yeah. Forgot the long hair.
Because
Oh, yeah.
biggest thing you were complaining about was like, dude, I'm hot. I was like, yeah, I can't imagine. Long sleeves, long hair, long pants. Yeah, you really set yourself up for failure that day.
Yeah, well, I think it wasn't cold that morning.
It was very cold that morning, and then about midday, it was just like, here's the sun.
Scorching hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was horrible. I mean, it would have gotten colder.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But by that time, we would have been like so warm, it'd been like chilly.
You know what was nice, though? Getting
What?
to eat pizza in. After that.
Didn't we stop and eat there?
Yeah. Dude. Oh, my goodness.
Were you spending the night that night?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I forgot about that. Because well, not to give away locations of where people live, but our old house where we used to live at was further away from where we currently live and where you live, like both those places. And like I thought that I dropped you off, but yeah, that makes so much more sense because I took you to church the day after.
Yeah. I remember me and you were sitting at the table. I think you had gotten up to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
And the lady, she was like, Did you want something else? Like you were holding me captive or something. Like you're my dad. Like, yeah, you're not allowed to have Coke. You're not allowed to have soda. It's just because I genuinely asked for water. She was like, Did you want something else? I was like, No. There was something else that happened to it. I can't remember what it was.
Well, you went up there to go get one of those dessert pizzas that they have, like the cookie pizza. And then, like, the family that was sitting next to us, they were talking about going to get the same thing. And the kid goes walking up there. He's like, "There's no more of this pizza." And it was just you and I sitting there eating it. And we were just like, "Oh, no." I mean, like, they only came out with, like, one pan, and, like, 4 different people bum rushed it. They took, like, 2 slices each, so by the time we got to it,
I know.
it was just, like, 2 slices, and that was the last 2. And the kid comes back, he's like, "I can't believe someone took the last slice! What monster could do that?" And it's just us over there, like, mid-bite. Oh, no!
See, I'd already took it, and it was already in my hands, and I was already eating it by the time I heard him say that, so I was like,
Hey.
I mean, I can't give a kid a half-eaten pizza.
It's like that Allstate commercial. You gotta be quicker than that.
I wouldn't have took it from him if I would have known he wanted it. But
for sure. Neither of us or our personalities would be like, you walk over there and be like, "Give me that pizza, kid," and you just grab it and walk off. But like when it's on the table, it's fair game.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad because I was in the bite, dude, and I was like,
Because I remember you jaw dropped, and I was like, "You better eat it now." And you're like, yeah.
that was funny, man. That was big funny.
But yeah, apart from that, nothing really happened. There weren't too many wrecks. There was that one where it was a bad fender bender. The machine got hot because it got like crunched, and then it caught on fire.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing bad happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was a chill day.
It was very mild, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's funny because like my biggest thing to get you to show up there was like, "Dude, it's cool. You can see a bunch of cool things happen all the time." And then we get there and it's just like none of the cool things that I talked about happen. Like there weren't any special events. You couldn't meet any of the YouTube people because they weren't there that day. No one wrecked. Like it was very non-problematic for everybody, but a couple of the racers that were involved.
The only thing I think that made me upset is I didn't have a chair to sit in.
Yeah, I
Bro.
stand the whole time.
We stood there for over 5 hours. We were there from what, like 7 to...
Yeah, it was about
What?
7:30 in that area, and then we stayed there till like right after lunch, like 3 o'clock or so.
Oh, wow.
because we were gonna stay for the full thing, and that was when the races started right after lunch. They just got done with the qualifying, and then about midway through, we were like, no.
Yeah, too much. I can't believe they would go on for that long.
Well, normally I'd have a chair there, but because my stuff was left in the actual parking lot instead of the pits, they changed the rule up, which is why I didn't bring it anyway, because there was really no point. We wouldn't have been able to bring it in with us anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was why that. I wish we could have done that though, because we ended up sitting on the barrier until we got yelled at.
Who yelled at?
The track official.
Oh, really?
You're technically not allowed to do that. Well, during a race, obviously.
Yeah.
But in cautions or whatnot, I don't see the problem in that.
Dude, I just can't stop thinking about it. I remember the hood like flying up, then like curving, and I thought it was gonna like do this, shoom, and then come into the pit and like smack me in the head
like a boomerang.
Dude, I was scared.
Well, the worst part was is as soon as it hit the ground, it just like and like slid off. Like, yeah, that. I think that is the first time that's ever happened while I was there.
Like a hood fly off and almost hit one of the.
Yeah, I've had issues. I've had stuff where stuff has been flung at me, like car parts, and even in that video that we just showed earlier, like you could see the front end was gonna come over, like the pieces of it. But normally, if a hood gets broken like that, it just flies back, like the latch breaks and it's just sitting there on the windshield.
No,
like that.
It went up.
Oh yeah, it came off full scale.
Kind of like a little glider.
A boomerang.
Yeah. Except a metal bent boomerang. Yeah. And didn't that guy wreck too?
Yeah, that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure he wrecked. Yeah. His hood was gone and his car was beat up. I think it was smoking too.
He finished the race like that too.
He did?
Yeah, after the hood came off, someone on a golf cart picked it up and drove it off. That was that guy that his front end was destroyed the whole time. Here, I'll pull that up. 1 second.
I'm loving it. Actually, I don't love McDonald's.
Why not?
Well, I don't know what it is, but every time I eat it, like it just, I don't know.
I wish you would have said that. I wouldn't have gotten you McDonald's on that race day.
Oh yeah. Well, it depends on how I'm feeling.
Breakfast, baby.
Yeah, breakfast was pretty good. They got good caramel frappes.
That's not breakfast, is it?
No, it's not breakfast. It's coffee. I'm not even technically really supposed to be drinking coffee. Well, yeah, I can, just every once in a while. I didn't get that when we were there.
Should have. That'd been funny.
That would have been good. Or the mocha frappe. That one's really good.
Yeah. Here's the hood.
I think Wyatt got scared. I mean, rightfully so, but yeah. Anyway.
That guy.
Oh, there he is. Dude, his wheel. Oh.
The guy got sideways in the rear.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was pushed. Come on, focus on the car. Thank you, camera. Okay.
Well, I thought that was.
Looks like that car got involved too. I don't know what number he is from here, but yeah, he's out.
There's a lot of stuff that happened that day, but it was just like
ready to tow him, I think. That and also that guy over there. It sucks. Looks like they're taking both cars off. One on a bed, one on the wrecker bed, and the other one, well, no, one with a wrecker. Momentarily.
Dude,
Start that we've seen so far.
I'm embarrassed.
A couple wrecks or fender benders coming off of.
I told you it would make a difference.
This happened.
But yeah, by the end of it, it was just like, for some reason, all
Missed
those
the
restarts
shift about
were
midway
bad.
through, but we're still racing.
Like people in the rear just like couldn't. Like they would miss a shift or something coming down pit row, and it would just be like, "There goes your front end. Good luck, buddy." Like, I don't know. That's one of the most frustrating things is that because of the person in front of you, you're just like trying to get going, and all of a sudden they miss their shift, and you just like hit someone.
And then you have to pay for all that.
Not other people, but your
well,
stuff.
Yeah. Well, you gotta pay for stuff.
100%. Yeah, you have to replace the front stuff, like the brackets and sway bars and stuff like that.
Like I would say, that's at least a couple thousand in repairs, right?
Like our hobby is like here. Like
Compared to
the
that.
most expensive thing that we pay for is like $3,000 for an engine or something like that, or like $7,000 for parts, like the spring packages. You're talking like $33,000 for an engine, or like $100,000 for an engine if you like get it all ported and polished and all that junk.
Really?
And then like chassis and stuff, they go for a lot. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
see a bunch of people with like really bad chassis and stuff like that for $75,000 on Facebook Marketplace.
75,000? I really wouldn't think it would be that much.
It's a very expensive hobby. Like it pretty much triples, like maybe 4 times worth what we do. Like if you were in that hobby, God bless, brother. You must have like a 6-figure paycheck to cover it.
Yeah.
And then most of the time, people like that, they just run races like Florence Motor Speedway. They never make it to like the NASCAR circuit for Daytona or stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, you got to really work your way up.
And a large majority of it gets covered by sponsors, though. That's why all those cars are covered in decals and stuff like that. Those
They
are
get
people that are
money from that.
sponsoring it. Yeah, and it goes to tires and engines and parts and fiberglass.
I mean,
and,
tires aren't cheap either.
especially since you have to get a new set each time you run.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep one set for practice, like a practice set, but it doesn't give a fair comparison to how the car is going to handle that day. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Indeed, there is.
That's why most people like dirt track racing versus late model stock racing, because it's pretty much just buckle up and figure it out once you get on the track.
Well, I love seeing that kind of stuff.
I love the last race that
really cool.
that I recorded there was awesome.
Yeah.
It was the first time getting a chance to watch that in person. I've always wanted to see that. So that was like a bucket list moment right there.
I think it'd be cool to watch, like, I don't know, like a different kind of car race. Like, I know you did the school buses.
Yeah.
That was probably really cool to watch.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, if I could have talked your parents into taking you, that would have been one of the cool events we could have done for there.
I think it'd be cool to watch, like, go-karts race. That'd be a fun one.
It's not as fun as you think it may be.
Really?
Yeah, just because nothing really happens. All it is like actual NASCAR. It's like a lot of drafting and a lot of like the moves that people do are not as noticeable. It just looks cool.
Moped racing.
That probably exists somewhere. I just don't know where.
And what was it? Monster truck racing.
That would be cool.
Would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Except they would need a really big track.
No, you can send them through a tight track. It'd be very hectic though.
I mean, there's some big trucks, man.
The other 2 types of racing that I have on my bucket list that I have not seen at all is Baja racing, like cross country,
Ooh, that would be fun.
like a trophy truck out in Midwest. That's
Mhm.
one. And then the other one that I haven't seen that I would really like to see is in the same ballpark, but it's like rally car racing.
That would be awesome.
Like you
I
see
would
all the
love that.
highlights of like Red Bull and stuff like that of
Yeah.
them going through races and stuff like that. I just don't know where that stuff is at. Like if it's more over the pond, like across the pond. I know it's prominent there. That's where you see most of the people running is like the foothills of England. But I'm too sure there's some people out here that run that.
Yeah.
But it'd probably be more like Baja related. All right. Well, we talked for almost an hour, and probably whenever I do some editing, it'll be a little bit less than that. But yeah, I think that's a good place to call it. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you can think of that's cool? No. Well, we
I mean,
tried.
I'm sure if I really try to cook something up in here, I could think of something cool.
We tried to stay on topic of racing, so that was fun.
Yeah, we got off topic a couple times, but
Hey,
you know,
But that's the cool part, just randomly talking about
Yeah.
dumb stuff.
podcaster,
Oh yeah,
awesome.
100%.
I've never been part of one before, so
Well, when you check that
this is
off
cool.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess this is I don't even know what I'm gonna label this. I haven't even thought of a title. Like this is Mini Intern's debut with its final cut. I don't know when the next time we'll be making it out to Florence Motor Speedway would be, but definitely I'd love to get you out for some GNCC racing.
Oh yeah,
I think our next one that we're gonna try and shoot for maybe Camp Coker. So hopefully you can be there for that. I don't know who all's racing though. I know I'm not. Just because we have something planned near there, and I don't want to break a machine.
Oh, I bet.
So I won't be racing that one. So that'll be a cool one. Get your feet wet before we jump off into the deep end. So we'll see you for that. But like I said before, this is your debut on the podcast with its final cut. Thank you all so much for watching. We have a couple more episodes I'm going to be trying to do where we're going to talk about our collaborations that we've done. The last collaboration we did was East Tennessee Trail Riders. That was an awesome event. So go check that out if you haven't seen that series. We have a collaboration with Tyrese, the Brewers. So those are the next three, the trifecta, if you will, of collaborations that we've done. And we're going to try and hit those. I know I want to talk with Andrew about his race because he moved up to a higher, more competitive class. So that's going to be another one. So that's the next 4 episodes we're going to try to do. So that'll be awesome. So I guess we'll catch you guys next time, and hopefully we'll see Wyatt at Camp Coker. Obviously, we'll see each other before then, but you guys won't. So sucks to be you, I guess. Bye-bye! Have a good one.
Now we the coldest, I'm on 10 with my woadies. Shout out my homies, we gon' ball for them trophies. Like they can't hold me, thinking God, I've been chosen. Go through the motions all them times, I was hopeless. Now we the coldest.
Look, I've been trying to tell y'all since like 1-3. Got my soul up in the trunk, get my car, got the key. Spirit trying to talk.